Well, Justin Thomas steps into a new world this week. His first start since becoming a father. He and his wife Jillian welcoming baby girl Molly Grace to the family early last month. Spoke to Rex Hoggard about life as a dad.
It's been great. I'd say all the rumors or everything that everybody's told me is true. It's just a very, very unbelievable, special feeling thing. Definitely never look at your wife the same. She's a rock star, and it's unbelievable.
At the end of a season where you had a very, very solid year, how do you assess it with everything that's happened, both on and now off the golf course?
It's obviously it's a great year for different reasons. I feel like I have an opportunity here this week to try to play well and win, and add a nice cap to what I feel like was a solid year. But it's full part of the ups and downs of entire career and life. And I am, although I really hate not being home with Jill and Molly, I'm obviously excited to compete this week.
What's your focus going into next year as far as the things you were able to accomplish this year after coming off a struggle in 2023?
I feel like I'm working on a lot of the right things, and I feel like I'm getting a lot better, and I'm showing a lot of signs of a lot of good. It's really just getting myself in contention more often. I felt like, like Japan, I thought was huge for me because I played really solid, really well. I didn't feel like I had my best by any means. I did play solid, but I was right there, and I feel like it'd been a while since I'd been able to do something like that. So I'm just really excited. I think it has potential to be a great year, but I just got to continue to work on all the right things and keep my head down.
Well, Thomas made 16 cuts in 20 starts this past season, 6 top 10 finishes. Best finish, his only runner-up, that coming this fall at the Zozo Championship. Time to bring back in Paige. And Paige, this season for Thomas, the standard for him when you've won a couple of major championships, it's just a little bit different because a season without a win is just something that, it's got to notch a little bit, no matter how successful it is on paper.
I'm glad you led with that, Jimmy, because I think when we talk about Justin Thomas, we have to remember what category we put him in. He is an elite category. He's had many, many wins over the course of, 2015 through 2022, where he was winning every single season. So when you evaluate Justin Thomas, it's at a standard that not many players are evaluated at. And so when you hear him talk about, hey, this year was better than last year, there was some good talking about the difference between 2023 and this season, where he improved his ball striking with his iron play. He was 39th last season inside the top 10. This season, that's improvement, and that's a lot to be excited about for Justin Thomas. One thing, though, that stood out to me as it relates to this season and why this was a little bit of a negative outlier for Justin Thomas is what was going on the greens. He's never been one of the best putters on the PGA Tour, but going back to 2020, you can see 2020, 21, and 22, he's right there in the middle of the pack. He's not really gaining or losing much on the field. Last year, he was ranked outside the top 130 in strokes gained putting, and you can see this season continues the downward trend and was losing nearly a half a shot on the field. And so I think for Justin Thomas, and again, that ranked him at 174th on the PGA Tour. There's only 10 players outside of that number on the season. So for Justin Thomas, there was a lot of positive, and he can look at the ball striking and realize that he came so close to winning at Zozo, but also throughout the season to finish where he did, in spite of the fact that he had kind of an anchor as a putter for most of the season. But I'm going to use this week as a good example, Jimmy. We heard Scottie Scheffler talk about how he did some good putting work here last year with his putting coach, and that seemed to filter into the beginning of next season. Perhaps for Justin Thomas, he can use this week as a reset because he has had a lot of success in this event. He's coming into this event with a lot of good feelings of the weeks that he's played here in the past. So perhaps he can start to turn things around on the greens and match what he feels like with the golf swing and with the iron play.
Well, certainly issues with putting not unique to Justin Thomas, but it seems that it's always been his white whale. All right.